Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bill Hanauer. I'm the mayor of this wonderful 200-year-old incorporated chartered village. And an extremely proud mayor I am.
This year, sponsored by the Bicentennial Committee, the committee has raised over $100,000 for events in the community. This particular event costs approximately $50,000, and from all that we talked to, we feel that it's well worth the money, and we are very excited about having it here in Ossining.
There's a lot more to Ossining than just hearing about that prison, and I think that's an important message for all of us to get out, and certainly celebrating the artistic and creative community that you have here with the sculptures lining the outdoors of the village really is quite incredible.
This sculpture program, if you is 25 large sculptures that run from House of Refuge, the Washington Square, all the way down Croton Avenue to the high school lawn and down Main Street to Harbor Square and the park down at the river. It is in keeping with the bicentennial theme, which is honoring its past, embracing the future. We felt that it would be a good thing and appropriate to bring in super modern, thought-provoking artwork to juxtapose to our wonderful historic setting here in the village.
I want to thank you all for coming. This has been an extraordinary event. The planning that went into it, I think a special thanks has to go out to all of you that sponsored this program, all the artists that contributed to this program, but also all of the employees and taxpayers and everyone in Ossining who really got together and are enjoying this lovely exhibit.
So many good things are happening here, and it's really thanks to all the people in Ossining who are so good at coming together and making these special events, making our community the highly successful, functional community that it is, and it's wonderful to see all of the pieces come together.
Ossining is the place to be this year during the Bicentennial. And with all the help that we've received through the Bicentennial Committee, working in conjunction with the Village of Ossining and our local governments, it's really come to fruition.
So I think we've got 15 or 16 out of 24 artists. That's pretty amazing. And one or two had to go back with their flatbed trucks like to Wisconsin and Ohio, so they weren't able to be here. But I thank you all for coming, all the artists, the donors, the landowners, the village board. This is an awesome part of our bicentennial. I also want to thank Mike Beldotti and Alex Beldotti, Yvonne, for their partial sponsorship of the reception today, and also Liz Fitness for donating towards the flowers, which Han Kun Oi created so beautifully for us this afternoon. So I would encourage you all to meet the artists. I believe some of them are going to be at their sculptures this afternoon, and we will have another version of this most probably later, and at that point they may be able to share. And finally, I just want to thank Ann John, because she really was so helpful in having this happen. Thank you.
So before you wander around looking at this beautiful village and the wonderful sculptures, there are a couple of announcements. For those of you who have not been to the room to my left, there's an exhibit of 19th century glass plate photographs of the village of Ossining. A few later than that, but they're mostly 19th century. And there are two other exhibits going on in the village at present. One of them is at the Recreation Center, and it's Ossining artists, and the other one is the Ossining School Board, school system, has an exhibit at the library, which is all students from all levels of schools. Also, if I can entice you to look at those photographs, dessert is served in that room. Thank you all for coming.
long have you been doing this?
Probably about 70 years, 70, 75 years. I'm 91. I just love drawing. And I met young artists who were painters. And I didn't feel comfortable with their talk about what they were doing with their color. I love color, but didn't grab me. But I always went to the museum to look at the sculpture. So there we are.
So what inspired you to do this piece? What was it that...
I'm interested in human feelings. I'm interested in the feelings we don't express verbally. How can we express them? We sit on them.
So, if you had to put into words a feeling, if there is a feeling that you would say this lovely woman expresses, what would it be?
If I could do it with words, I'd be a poet. The sun,
Yeah.
the regeneration of energy with the sun.
Very contemplative. It's thoughtful.
That's very important to us. There's too little time for it lately. I see my grandchildren, they go from activity to activity to activity. And no time for letting the feelings move around.
My name is Elaine Lorenz, and I'm living in Hawthorne, New Jersey at the moment, which is only about an hour away from here. The inspiration for this work came from canyons of the Southwest, specifically a slot canyon, which is something that water cuts through a mesa or a standing body of rock and creates incredible sculptural forms inside it. And so I have done a whole series of work based on that. Some of them are small and ceramic. And then I decided I really wanted to enlarge it. And I like the idea of the continuous movement of a form. And that's really a big part of all my sculptures. They're very dimensional. They look good from all sides. I like people to be able to walk around them. And the two sides are very different. And they create, outside it's hard because sometimes the lighting isn't so good. The sun washes things out, but in real life, to see a picture of a sculpture is not satisfying. But you really need to experience it. It's a real object.